Hello and welcome to Desperate Dave's Distractions. I'm Desperate Dave and this is Mr. Wu, one of my flatmates. It's day 40 of lockdown, and today, to mark 40 days and 40 nights of lockdown, we thought we'd talk about the number 40. Why not? So 40 winks is a phrase associated with a short sleep. Though frankly, if I was to count 40 winks, it would probably keep me awake. Sort of opposite effect of counting sheep, maybe. Anyway, whilst we've been in lockdown, I've been wearing a different hat each day. So I thought I would wear 40 hats for this video, except for the fact that that's going to go off the top of the screen. So you just have to make do with 4 hats, one for every 10 days. What's 10 days? A decade. So think of that as 4 decades worth of hats. Long time to spend in social isolation. So the number 40, Mr. Wu, did you know that 40 is what's known as a pentagonal pyramidal number? No, I didn't know that either. It's actually the sum of the first 4 pentagonal numbers, 1, 5, 12 and 22. Another interesting fact about 40, it's the only integer in English which letters appear in alphabetical order. Wow. And in politics, from 1340 to 1918, in order to be able to vote in England, you had to be a landowner with 40 shillings worth of income every year from your land. So if you weren't a landowner and if you weren't male, then you had to wait a long time to vote. Even now it feels like we have to wait a long time to vote, but that's a different story. So in the Bible and religion, 40 crops up lots. You get 40 days of fasting in Hinduism and in Christianity with Lent and things. So it crops up in various contexts. Apparently it rained for 40 days and 40 nights during the flood, and then it was another 40 days before Noah released a raven to find dry land. Moses spent 40 days up on Mount Sinai, apparently, and then he sent spies out into Canaan for 40 days to spy on his enemies. Actually, my favourite story in the Hebrew Bible, the Old Testament, about 40 days is associated with Goliath, who attacked the Israelites, or he surrounded them. Well, he didn't surround them, he might have been big, but he had an army to do the surrounding. He and his army, though, surrounded the Israelites, and he challenged them twice a day for 40 days before eventually Desperate David came out and killed him. I wasn't Desperate David, just one of my ancestors. Well, what else? 40 days, yes, it crops up in the New Testament too. Apparently Jesus spent 40 days in the wilderness fasting, and then it was 40 days between the resurrection and the ascension. And ghosts Russians believe that ghosts spend 40 days at the site of death before they disperse. So loads of times the number 40 crops up in periods or in ways representing a long period of time. Most significantly of all, the game of Monopoly. Did you know, Mr. Wu, that Monopoly has 40 squares? So if you played Monopoly and gone around the board many times, you'll know that 40 is representing an awfully long time. Right, well, we've probably talked for long enough on all of this. So thanks very much and goodbye.